حميد استيقظ بدني ليبكي هنيك أصلا جيمة هنا ياريز ماذا أنا جاب بدي دفع وناكل بوجي أم مركز مانكي هالكاش أم قارن هنيك أخفتم بكر إنجليزي بس بقولي إنجليزي من نوكي وياه أما جاب إيوه كرباش من هم ويجوا فعل كرباش سباس جوا. Thank you very much. I would like to welcome you all, our Kurdish community here in the United States, our Kurdish friends here. All I say, I'm so pleasure to be here among my Kurds people, among my friends, the friends of the Kurds here in United States. Again, I say, you're welcome. Let me start about what's happening in Rojava, what's happening in Syria. I think everybody heard what's going on there. Since 4 years, today we will finish the 4 years of revolution of Syria, and we will start the 5th year. That means we have finished 4 years. But unfortunately, we could get nothing. As a Syrian people I'm talking about. Why? Because the Syrian opposition, the Syrian Arab opposition, when they started about the revolution of Syria, they wanted to follow Assad, the regime of al-Bas, which we suffered, and the Kurdish people also, we suffered from the regime of al-Bas a lot. So many Kurdish people, they have been killed in the jail of the Assad regime. So many Kurdish people, they were without any identities. 300,000 people under the al-Assad regime. But when we started the revolution and the opposition started saying that we are the opposition in Syria, Arab opposition, they unfortunately started with the same mentality of al-Assad regime. By ignoring the rights of all the other people, by ignoring the rights of the minorities, by ignoring the rights of the Kurds, Syrians in Syria. Because of this, the Kurdish people in the Kurdish regions which is in the north and northeast of Syria, they started to think in different way. First, they said they would not be with the side of this opposition, which is denying our rights, which doesn't recognize the Kurdish people. They don't recognize also the rights of the other minorities. And we will not be also pro-regime of al-Assad, which we suffered from it a lot. So in Syria, we preferred third line. What does it mean, third line? Third line means the democratic lines. There is no democracy in the regime of al-Assad. There is no democracy with the opposition side. So we said, let us have a democratic line, which is the third line in Syria. This is what we think, the Kurdish opposition. So we started to have relations with all the minorities who are living together in our area, in our Kurdish regions. We have, in Syria, it's not only Arabs, not only Kurds, not only Assyrians. Syria is multi-nations, multi-religions we have in Syria. We have Kurds, we have Arabs, we have Assyrians, we have Durzis, and we have multi-nations also. We have Muslim Sunni, we have Alawis, we have Christians, we have Durzi, and so on. So how can we think in the same way that the other opposition thinks of? only we will be taking the authority from Al-Assad, and we will control again the same Syria, but with different persons, with different characters. That means they want to change only the person. They want to change Al-Assad, and they will be alternative of Al-Assad, but with the same mentality of him. The same mentality of the regime of Al-Bas. This way, they thought. So because of that, we were against such thoughts, like what are they thinking of? We said we will have our new democratic system in Syria. We started to have relations with Arabs in Al Jazeera. We have Arabs, we have Kurds, we have Armenians, we have also Assyrians, and we have Syrians, all together. We made a relation with all these peoples. And already we have relation with these people because we are living together in the same place. We are neighbors. You can see in Al Jazeera, in Delhi, you can see a house, neighboring house is a Syrian, is a Christian. You can see Muslim, you can see Christians. And they are neighbors. They are living together. They are celebrating their Eid and festivals together. So in this way we started to have again these relations with them, and we started to make a good relation with the Arab tribes also in Al Jazeera, in Palm city. In Al Jazeera, because I'm talking about Al Jazeera, which is Palm there, the biggest place there, because in this place we have multi-religions and nations. We have in other places, like Kobani, most of them they are Kurds. In Afrin, also most of them they are Kurds, but we have also some Arabs there. Even there, we made a very good relationship with all these people who are living there. We said to them, let us have new system in these places. We don't want the regime of Al-Assad to be there. We will kick him out, and we will rule our places, our regions together. Me, you, and she, and everybody. So for that, we agreed, and we make an agreement together. But we did not forget the rights of the women. If we talk about the democracy, that means we have to give the women also their own rights. And nobody will give us the rights as a woman. We women must struggle to get our own rights in every aspect of life. Not even in the social aspects, in politics, in diplomatic, economic, and even in military and protecting. And this was happening in Rojava, Kurdistan, which is the western of Kurdistan. It is just a geographic name, we call it like that, because it's in the west of Kurdistan. This is what really we did in Rojava. So we started to make the local government, which is the self-democratic administration. It's more than 1 year we established this together. Every place together. We started to make cantons. The 3 cantons in Rojava we have. The canton of Al Jazeera, which is the biggest. The canton of Afrin, then the canton of Kobani. We could not make it just one region because of the ISIS, Daesh, the Islamic radical with the extremist thought. These are in between every canton. So it's difficult for us to move from Manshlu, for instance, to Kobani, or from Kobani to Afrin. Everywhere they are there. They arrested the people, they kidnapped them, they killed them. Everybody heard about ISIS, what are they doing in Syria. So for that we have 3 cantons. In each canton we have a local government. In this government we have 22 commissions. Each commission, the women, she took her place and role in these commissions. say that the woman will be just, it is a revolution, it is a democratic system. We will not go back to the woman when she was before 1,500 years, which the ISIS wanted to take us there. So, in every commissions, we can call it ministry maybe, sometimes it is like that counts. Each ministry we have, if the head of the ministry is an Arab, his assistants must be one Kurds, one Syrians, and woman is there. We have the Ministry of Financial, she's a woman. The Minister of Economy, she's a woman, Syriac, Christians. The President, the Prime Minister of Afrin, she's a woman and she's Alawite. So this is a very, very, I can say, the real democracy, which was not in Syria before. It is the first time in the history of Syria you can see a prime minister woman. It's very difficult for us to see a woman in this critical position, but now she is. So the woman, she could take her place, everywhere. In the decision making, she is there. For that we have the co-presidency. I think it is not so strange you heard about it. The co-presidency, the co-president of political parties, the co-presidents of the commission, the co-president of the councils, which means I was the co-president of the People Council of Western Kurdistan. And my colleague, he is a man. So why not a woman must be a president? Why? Always we heard, oh, Mr. President, Mr. President. Nobody heard about Mrs. President. Now we heard about Mrs. and Mr. President. I don't know my friends and all the brothers, all be angry with me because we are sharing together. And if we got the authority, women, they will not be as the men when they got authority in their hands. She will always be merciful to everybody. So in this way, we started to work in each canton. But there are always somebody will be anti you, against you, like the ISIS and the other also people in Syria, the other opposition groups, military groups, who really wanted to destroy this system in Rojava. So we have ISIS spread everywhere, attacking the Kurdish places, attacking the Kurdish cantons, but we have always also our Kurdish fighters, our lions, everywhere could defeat them and face them. This is the people in protection units with women in protection units. I think it is the first time even in Syria you'll see that women are fighting, and they are fighting without any fear. They are fighting that because they believe in these rights. They believe to protect, in protecting all the region and in protecting the women, not only the Kurdish women, the Assyrian women, the Arab women, and the Syriac women, and everybody in Rojava. So they believe in that, and they sacrifice themselves in these things. And you know that everybody in Europe heard about the Kurdish women fighters, YPJ. Even the president of France, he asked a woman, YPJ, and he wanted her to be in the Elysee Palace. And he received her there. And he wanted her to be there with a military dress, YPJ dress. And this is a very, I think, significant point That means they are really evaluating the women, the Kurdish women who could defeat ISIS in Kobani. ISIS attacking everybody there. They are anti-democracy, they are anti-humanity, they are anti-women's rights. This is ISIS. They started to make a very brutal acts against the people there, cutting off the heads, raping the women, and even killing everybody just easily. Everybody, Kurds, Arabs. Even recently when they attacked the Syriac villages there, and there they arrested so many Syriac people, Christian people. 281, they were arrested from these villages, and they surrounded these villages, and they killed 2 women, the Syriac women who were fighting there. After killing them, they cut their heads and they hang it in the center of the city. This is ISIS. So, really, in Kobani, everybody heard about Kobani. And for this occasion, I want to say to you, you are, as a Kurdish community in the United States, everywhere, you are also, you shared in liberation of Kobani. You shared that. Thank you very much for supporting us. You supported us either morally, financially, and politically when you were in the streets, when you say we don't want Kobani to fall. This is your support. The Kurdish community, as well as the Kurdish friends, the Turkish also were there. They supported us. Really, we were so happy to hear that the Kurds everywhere they were with Kobani. The Kurds friends everywhere, whether they are Turkish, whether they are Americans, whether they are Europeans, everywhere they supported us in Kobani. And they supported Rojava. And this is really, I can say, the people of Rojava, they are so grateful to you. And I can say also, thank you very much for your support.